Hello guys, welcome back to the another episode of LFC Ahmedabad podcast. Before we proceed, we would like to share some news that we have new sponsors in Yankees T-shirts, and they would be giving Yankee T-shirts to the winners, LFC Ahmedabad Super League winners. Apart from the already ongoing prizes for the LFC Ahmedabad Super League, for more details, you can see the link in the YouTube channel the for the video that we'll be posting for this week. Uh, so these are the news related to the t-shirts. You can also order uh, t-shirts online through them. The details and description would be mentioned in the link. Moving ahead to the game week 5. Before I proceed to the game week 5 uh, podcast, I would like to share that my last game week went bad. I took -8 hit for Ronaldo and expected Lewin to start, but he did not start. So that was the pain point, and Loris performed badly. So my overall score was 63, but -8 hit would deduct it to 55, and the average was 57. So I had Captain Salah. He worked, but Ronaldo scored more. So obviously, those who captained Ronaldo scored more points. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin did not play. So this week I was enforced to use wildcard. So these are the news for my team. Moving ahead with the queries. First query comes from uh, Purohit, Setu Purohit. I have activated wildcard. What are the must-have players? I would say you need to have at least City and Chelsea defenders because they have been quite good. So either you can have uh, Mendy or Ederson. Likewise, you can either have Diaz or Cancelo, or you can go for James or Rudiger or Espilicueta. Alonso is a good option in terms of attacking returns, but he would be rotated with Chilwell. Until now, Alonso was not a rotation risk because Chilwell started late training. But from now on, I guess Chilwell would be rotated along with Alonso. So I would say Rudiger, Mendy, or Espilicueta are safer choices. James and Alonso are bit riskier choices, but yes, they would give more returns. In City defense, I would say either Cancelo or Ruben Diaz or Ederson. Uh, Apart from that, from the defensive part, I would say Ben White has good run. So I think Ben White is must have if you are using wildcard. I think in midfield, I would say Salah and Demarai Gray is a good option. He has scored in all three fixtures. In forward, I would say Ronaldo and either you second striker you can go for either Bamford if you are not picking Rafinha, or you can go for Aubameyang. He is a differential pick. Jimenez is a good option, but he hasn't given return yet. So I would say in terms of must-haves, I would say, and yeah, in defense Trent. So in terms of must-haves, I would say Trent, either City or Chelsea defender, Ben White. Then in midfield, I would say and Salah, and I would have said Rafinha this week, but Rafinha is rumored to be injured. Let's see if it is true or not. And Demarai in midfield, there are limited options as of now, but it will come up as the season progresses because Son is injured and Bruno option is out of the window because you have Ronaldo. Greenwood might start for few matches, but Rashford is back in training, so he would be rotated anytime once Rashford starts playing regularly. Pogba can be a good differential pick. Apart from them, that I would say Demarai Gray or uh, Sar has good run. Uh, in terms of forward, I would say if you are not picking Trent, which you should, if you are not picking Trent, you can go with Lukaku and Ronaldo combined and maybe shift to 4-4-2. Wolves have easy run, so I say for 3-4 fixtures, you can go for Wolves defender Cody or Marshall or Semedo. Moving on to the next query, I think for Abhish, I would say you obviously need to pick Ronaldo because he is on penalties and he is Ronaldo. So Bruno at 12 million without penalties is not value for money, I would say. Third question is, should I transfer Sissoko in for Salah? I think yes, you should do that and captain him. Roshan has said suggest players with good underlying stats. In terms of good underlying stats, I would say Sar has good underlying stat in terms of touches in box, but he hasn't performed yet after playing good in first week. Demarai Gray has good underlying stat and he has scored 3 in 3, so I would say Demarai Gray is a good pick in terms of stats. Other thing is underlying stats, I would say Chelsea have very good defensive record. I forgot the numbers, but I think they have kept 75% clean sheets in Premier League since Tuchel came. So I think what Chelsea are doing is playing three at the back. Seems like five at the back at times and playing with two DM. And they are majority playing on counters. So I think Chelsea is a very good defensive unit. So if you ask me, their underlying stat would be they have very good. I think they have kept 75% clean sheets under Tuchel. Another thing, another aspect I would say is in Mane has taken most shots in Premier League, but if you count out last match, I don't think it would make significant difference. When you count out only 4 fixtures, there are some stats that would show you different meaning rather than the actual thing. For example, a person, if you say Pogba has already 7 assists, but 3 of those assists came in the first fixture only. So these few things are what I can say is these few things get clear when you progress down the fixtures. Let's say if you have 10 to 12 fixtures, then I can give you accurate info on how many, what are the underlying stats or who is performing well but going under the radar. Looking at the fixtures with other teams on which we can double up, I would say Liverpool has good run and they are in good form. So if you only have Salah, I would say doubling up on maybe Van Dijk and Trent is a good differential. Another fixture I would say Arsenal, but Arsenal are Arsenal. So if you trust Arsenal, then you should go with Ramsdale and Ben White. Both are the budget options. Chelsea after 2 fixtures have good run, so I think you can double up on Chelsea after 2 fixtures. Apart from that, I guess Wolves have good run, but Wolves I won't trust because they haven't shown any form yet. So I think these are the few teams for which you can double up on. Suggest captains. I think captain choices are pretty obvious now. Either Salah or Ronaldo. If you neither have Salah or Ronaldo, then you should not play FPL. If you have Ronaldo, then captain him. If you have Salah, then captain him. If you have both, then I would go with home fixture. If Ronaldo and Salah both have home fixtures, I would see the opposition. So I think the captain choices are pretty much obvious from now on, Salah or Ronaldo. Is double Wolves defense a viable option? I think can be done for initial 3 to 4 fixtures. They have good run. So if you are looking for cheap defensive option, I think it is a good idea. With best wishes to Anmol for his masters, I think yes, after he completes his masters, I think Anmol is ready to take over FSG. I believe he is already a shareholder in secret for LFC. That's it for today. All the best for this game week. We will see you soon. Maybe next week. Bye.